Hello, everybody. It is another glorious day. It's Friday. It is June 10th, 2022. It is 11:30 a.m., which means it is time for our Midday Mindful Moment. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the minister here at Unity of Tucson, and this is the opportunity we take every single weekday to engage in some spiritual practice. And we do this every single weekday to be consistent in our practice, because when we are consistent in our spiritual practice, life just gets better all around. Actually, the consistency is something that kind of came up in the Wednesday night class this past Wednesday, as we were talking about breaking the habit of being yourself. Here's the thing about consistency. As we maintain consistency in our practice, what we are doing is we are rehabitualizing our minds and our conscious connection to the one to create better lives for ourselves. So that's what we're here to do. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. It is Friday, so I am not actually live. So I will look at your comments later. Always grateful to have the technology that affords us the opportunity to still make this connection. But I will offer my reminder to you, which is to say this: you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence with the world. Today, I am going to do what I have been, what I've started doing on Fridays, which is doing a random reading and a reflection on that random reading. And there's a couple of books that I grabbed off of my shelf, and they are, let's see, the Edinburgh and Dore Lectures on Mental Science by Thomas Troward, and The Creative Process in the Individual by Thomas Troward. Now, if you don't know who Thomas Troward is, Thomas Troward, in the timeline of New Thought development, comes a little bit after the Fillmores and precedes Ernest Holmes just a little bit. So he's kind of in the gap there in the development. Now, Thomas Troward was the first president of the International New Thought Alliance, an organization that still exists to this day. It's been around for over 100 years now. If you've never read Thomas Troward, I love Thomas Troward. I'm just going to say Thomas Troward is one of my favorites. A lot of people think that his writing is really dry. Yeah, okay, so it's dry, but it's very specific, and I love that about him. So what I want to do is, let's see, which do I want to look at today? I grabbed both of them because I love both of these books. Let's look at The Creative Process in the Individual. That's this one. And I'm just going to randomly open it up to, this page here. Oh, and there's something highlighted. So let me see what the highlighted part says. The highlighted part, not so great. I highlighted it for a reason. Here, I'm just going to read it for you, just so it's kind of out of context. So let me see what the context is. Okay, so the highlighted part says this: the recognition of the principle of physical resurrection. In their recognition of the principle of physical resurrection, they would have a clear and definite line of autosuggestion. And because this suggestion is derived from the undeniable facts of the whole cosmic creation, it is one which both subjective and objective mind can accept as an established fact. And so the suggestion becomes effective. I don't like that one. I'm going to another place. All right. I've gone back to page 40. There's a big old thing here, and I wrote something in the margin as well. So this, he writes, it seems to me, is the divine ideal. I love the construct of the divine ideal. I'm going to talk about that. This, it seems to me, is the divine ideal, that of an individuality which recognizes its source and recognizes also the method by which it springs up from that source, and which is therefore able to open up in itself a channel by which that source can flow in uninterruptedly, with the result that from the moment of this recognition, the individual lives directly from the originating life as being himself, a special direct creation, and not merely as being a member of a generic race. The individual who has reached this stage of recognition thus finds a principle of enduring life within himself. So then the next question is, in what way this principle is likely to manifest itself. Okay, this is some juicy stuff. Now, he was a lawyer and a judge, so the language can be very challenging. Like I said, it's dry, it's wordy. This is basically a run-on sentence that goes on for a paragraph. But he says, "This to me is the divine ideal, that an individuality," and I'm just going to break it down, "that an individuality which recognizes its source and also recognizes the method by which it has come forth from that source." I'm paraphrasing him now so I can try and clarify. When we recognize the truth of our being, when we remember who we are expressing the divine ideal. That's what he refers to as the divine ideal. It's essentially when we say, remember who you are. That's the divine ideal. When we recognize the source from which we have sprung forth into expression. And not only that we recognize that source, but I love this, that we recognize ourselves as a special direct creation of that source and not just generic. We're not automatons. We are living, breathing expressions of God. We get to create from that point of view the lives we would like to lead, and we are not relegated to be like, express like, or think like anybody else. There's a song that comes to mind, and it must be coming to mind because it feels related to this, and it's Pride Month. So I'm going to talk about a song from a musical called La Cage aux Folles, which centers around a drag queen and this drag queen's spouse. And if you've ever seen The Birdcage, that is a direct adaptation of La Cage aux Folles. And in the musical of La Cage aux Folles, there is a song called I Am What I Am. I am my own special creation. Those are the lyrics. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. That special creation that you are, that I am, that each and every one of us is a direct result of God's expression. We are the expression of the infinite. We are the expression. We are utilizing its infinite. This is our core identity. So go out, shine your light today. That's really the message. And also, I think, is a good follow-up to why I painted my nails last week. Because I don't need to be relegated to anybody else's opinion of who I express as in this world. This is also the beginning of the divine ideal is also a way of understanding divine principle. There's a phrase that we have adopted as divine principle, and it is this: we are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by our use of a spiritual law. I think if we trace that phraseology back, we would probably find it within the work of Emma Curtis Hopkins. But that's neither here nor there. It's all related. So celebrate your magnificent you today. That's the message for this Friday. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are as we step into this moment of affirmative prayer treatment, encouraging you and me, I'm going to encourage myself, to turn the attention to the inner life. If it is comfortable and safe to close the eyes and you'd like to do so, feel free. Just allow a settling into this pure, perfect moment. Just simply allowing. Letting go of any past conception. The past can remain in the past. It has no bearing on this moment, unless we decide for it to have bearing in this moment. But I choose in this moment to let go. I choose in this moment to unfold myself as a present moment expression of God living here and now. I let go of any consideration, anticipation, or anxiety about the future. In this moment, all is well. So I relax in this moment with the assured knowledge of the one, the infinite power and presence, the infinite principle, the creative source energy that we call God. I trust that this is all there is. This is the truth of our being. For there can be no separation from the infinite. So we are that power. We are that presence. We are spiritual beings living in this spiritual universe. And since we are governed by our use of a spiritual law of cause and effect, a spiritual law of mind action, a spiritual law of correspondence, a spiritual law of forward motion, I trust and know that the word I speak right now is backed by the infinite creative power of divinity. For its nature is to flow forth only as creation. And so I trust wholeheartedly in the forward movement of God as my life. I know that I am not the entire ocean, but I am the entire ocean in a drop. I am not separate as a drop. I am the entire ocean in the drop. For every aspect of that ocean is expressed in the drop. And so I understand the connectedness to the whole. And I allow that connectedness, that openness, that joy to flow forth into expression in every aspect of my life. I know that there is unique expression assured as I allow the forward movement of my life to unfold. And I trust this as so for every single one of us. I know that the divine ideal is remembering who I am. It is remembering who each and every one of us is. And as I adopt the divine ideal into my own heart and embody the understanding fully, always here and now and evermore, I rest in an assured knowledge that every single person I encounter is that divine ideal in expression as well, for God is all there is. And so I act accordingly, knowing that as I experience life in relationship, all relationships that I experience are God, having a relationship with God. I understand and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well. And I celebrate the magnificence of God that expresses itself as the unique individualization of each and every one of us. For God's nature is to express through all creation, for it is all creation. And so with a joy-filled heart, a gratitude-filled heart, I simply allow the forward movement of this thing called life to take hold and do its perfect work. I trust it, I know it, and I allow it to be so. I affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Well, thank you for going down this little Troward trip with me today. Always grateful to share this time with you. Join me again next week. I will be in Kansas City for the Unity Convention. And so I'm trusting that I will be able to come to you and have midday mindful moments every single day. They may all be pre-recorded because I may have to find time to steal away, record them, upload them, and all of that stuff. So I may not be live next week, but I do plan on joining you every single day, no matter what, so that we can still enjoy this time together. Do like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. React to this video. If you're on Facebook, give me a heart. Love those hearts. And share the prayer, share this video. Let's help everyone understand the truth of their being. Let's help everyone understand and remember who they are, that they are the divine ideal expressed as form. What a great feeling that is. It helps me let go of like all that crap that I think. Yeah, I said crap. Of all that crap that I think is part of my life. It's not. I am a core expression of God. And so are you. All right. Yes. Don't forget, Sunday, since I'm not going to be here, we have the joy of being inspired by the wisdom of Reverend Felicia Searcy, our staff minister here at Unity of Tucson. You don't want to miss that. You know, I said a couple days ago, everybody, like I said it yesterday too, everybody always thinks that when the senior minister is out, that they should skip church that day. Trust me, you're not going to want to skip church. She is a powerhouse, and I'm so grateful that she is leading our community and inspiration on Sunday. So join us 10 o'clock, either in person or online. Of course, that is preceded at 9:30 by our guided meditation. That's also in person or online. So love to see you. All right, that's it. I'm going to stop yammering. I've gone on long enough. Wow, it's a long one today, almost 15 minutes. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Make your life magnificent, because you can, and you deserve it. Bye.